Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a weekly check-in. It's the first weekly check-in of February, and I'm very excited to share with you what I have spent on and bought and all the things. So this is my weekly check-in page, which I do have a video up on my channel of setting this up. So if you're interested, go check that video out. And I'm gonna move this out of the way just because the first part of my weekly check-ins, I use this monthly planner, which you could use any, you could use none if it's not your style, but for me, if you wanna do this kind of budgeting style that I use, I just use a monthly planner. There are no weeks in this planner, it's just the months, so yes. And then I will be using some budget expense labels. These are some labels that I just recently put up in my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is always linked in the description, as well as a coupon code for my subscribers, so be sure to check that out. But these labels I will be using, I have full sheets of them that I made myself. So yeah, so these are also made by me, but for me, so the colors are a little different, but I did print these sheets out in the format that I sell them in, so you guys can see what they look like. So yeah, each sheet has 32 labels if you're interested, and I do have these in 9 different color options. So yes, there is that. Now let's just get right into the tracking of everything. I do keep track in my micro happy notes, so I just keep it all by category, because that makes the most sense to me, I feel. But yeah, I just need to make sure I stay in frame because sometimes I get a little out of frame. But yes, so we are going to be checking in from the 1st of February all the way till the 9th. So it's a little over a week, but from here we will be doing a week, and then the last one will be 6 days. So since February is a little different than other months, the check-ins will be a little different, but we will make it all work. Also, I know this nail is like extremely short. These are my natural nails, but I broke that one, so try to ignore it as best as you can. I am going to the nail salon right after I film and upload this video, so you will only have to see my nail like this for one video. But we are starting with gas, which I use this orange color. I usually have a key here, but I forgot to add it. But basically here's my key. We have food, fun, and gas. These are my 3 cash envelopes, and these are other things that I track. So my sinking funds, anything, it all comes out of this same color. And then income is marked in pink. Blue is for business expenses. This light purple is for budgeted expenses, which are like specific to the month. Then bills are this dark color, and red is unbudgeted, so if you're interested. But my first expense of the month was on the 1st, and I got gas. So that was $36 at Arco. So there's that. And then the second gas expense I had was on the 8th, so exactly a week later. If I can pick this sticker up. Here we go. I'm just gonna put this here for now. But on the 8th, I got gas, so I went a whole 7 days without getting gas, which is pretty good, especially because I'm in school and I do commute to school, so it's a drive. So that was $33. And this gas station's called Something Bros. I don't really know, but it's cheap, so we love that. And those were my 2 gas expenses for the week. Then for fun, I had none. I'm not budgeting any fun money for myself this month, just because I do want to save as much as I can. I talked about this in my cash envelope stuffing video, which you should check out if you haven't, because I talk about how February is a little different than my past budgeting months. But yes, so now we're moving on to food, and my food is this green color, as I mentioned before. And the first food expense I had was on the 2nd. This was Super Bowl Sunday, if you didn't know. But I spent a whopping 89 cents at Aldi. I just had to get hot dog buns, so there was that. And then the next food expense I had, I'm pretty sure you guys can guess if you've watched any of these videos, but on Tuesday, I went to Robex. But the good news is, if you see that I went to Robex, that also means that I went to the gym. So, you know, it's a good thing. So Robex for $6. And then we only have 2 more, which the second one, third one technically, was on Thursday. And I'm gonna move these over here. And it was on Thursday, the 6th. And I went to Starbucks. So I loaded $12 on my account. Also need to mention now, if you hear background noise, that's my puppy. She got a new bone thing treat yesterday, and it's really loud because we have hardwood floor, and when she drops it, it's like super loud. So I'm sorry, but she loves it and I'm not gonna take it away from her. So there's that. But the last food expense I had was on Saturday the 8th, and I bought cupcakes and truffles and a cookie from Hoppa, which is a cupcake place. They have 2 locations now near me, but they were on Cupcake Wars, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so that was $20. We got 2 cupcakes, a cookie, and 3 truffles, I think. So yeah, that was $20, and that was my last food expense for this week, even though it's like more than a week. Violet, no thank you, ma'am. Here, get it up there. Now we're gonna move on to business expenses, which are in this blue color. The first one I had was on the 1st. I went to the post office. So let's put that in. So that was $1.80. Post office. And then the next one was on the 5th, which was a Wednesday, and I went to Michael's. As you can see, this is like a repeating pattern of where I go. But yes, so I spent $1.29 at Michael's. Violet, hey, what are you doing? Alrighty, and last business expense I had was on the 6th, which is the next day, on the Thursday, and I went to the post office once again. So let me get this label. Also, I'm using these full sheets just because I made them for myself and I don't want to waste them, even though they aren't cut the best. But once I use all of these, I will just be printing myself these ones, I think. I haven't decided yet, just because I do get more on a sheet like this, and since they're just for me, it's okay that they don't look so pretty. But we will see. So this day I spent $2.95 at the post office. And there's that. Now moving on to sinking funds. I did have 2 expenses that came out of my sinking funds, and they were both on the 5th. Well, they were both from the same place, but from 2 separate sinking funds, so I tracked them separately. So the first thing I bought was a Valentine gift. So that was $17 from TJ Maxx. And then I do just write the category here so I know, just because sinking funds are all in one color. Because if not, I would have to have like 100 different label options because I have so many sinking funds. So, yes. Hold on. Violet, what are you doing? Come here. I don't know what she is doing, but she's making a lot of noise right next to me, and I know you can hear her chewing, so I'm sorry about that. Then the next expense I had was at TJ Maxx, and that was for Violet, which I am going to be getting a lot of this money back because I just bought a couple things, but I wasn't sure of which one I was going to keep. So I'm going today to make a return, so you will see that money back in my sinking fund category on Friday in my cash envelope stuffing. So there's that. And then I did have a bill come out on the 3rd, and that was my annual like gym fees. It's not my gym bill, but just like the annual fees. So that was $39. And I believe those are all my expenses. So that's exciting. Now I'm going to put in my income, which I guess you can say like my paydays, but my income is so much different than the average person, so I wouldn't necessarily say paydays, but you know. So I do mark that with these pink labels, and I don't write down the amount, but I do write down the source. So if you're interested, I had 2 on the 4th, maybe, if I can get this sticker. So 2 on the 4th, then 1 on the 6th, there we go, and then 2 on the 7th, here's a 1, one more, and then 2 on the 8th. Some weeks are like this, and then some weeks I have 0, so you know. Here's this one. Then as you can see, I have ran out of these, so I'm going to use these ones, which I'm excited about because they're cut right. And it saves me so much more time. So there's that. And then I had 1 on the 9th. So there is that. And now I'm gonna write down no spend days, which I'm just gonna write in normal font, I guess you can say. So it was just the 7th and the 9th. No spend day. Alrighty, and before we switch to the weekly check-in page, I'm just gonna write down each of these payday things. So PayPal and Etsy. Then my mom paid me this day. Then for babysitting. Then for stickers. Then babysitting again. I don't know why I have 2 on Saturday. I don't think I should have 2 on Saturday, but I'll leave it there just in case because I did write it down. But if I don't, I'll just move it. So no biggie. But yes, so here are all my expenses for the first weekly check-in of February. Now we're gonna move on to the actual weekly check-in page, which is this one here. And as I mentioned before, I only check in for my cash envelopes, which are gas, fun, and food. And then I do have an unbudgeted category here just so I can keep that, like, I don't know what the word is, like in the forefront. So like I know if I overspent or bought something that I didn't budget for, and I'm reminded of that weekly. So I'm more cautious of that, but usually this remains empty, which is very good. So I also mentioned in the past that I'm gonna start using a calculator on camera, which I am, but this video is not that video because I could not find a calculator for the life of me in my house, which I know we have like 100, so that's a thing. But for now, we're not gonna do it. But in the future, we will. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in seeing a calculator on screen. But basically for gas, we did have 2 gas expenses and those put together were $69. And I do budget $40 a week, and this month has 4 weeks, so that's $160. And if we subtract $69 from that, we have $91 remaining. So there's that. Then for fun, we spent $0, but we also didn't budget anything, so yes, which this is like a huge thing for me. I don't think I've ever not gave myself fun money. I mean, I already only give myself $20. I used to give myself $20 for 2 weeks, and now I was giving myself $20 for a week, which I wasn't really spending, so you know, I just wanted to challenge myself this month. So yes. Then for food, all my food expenses added together did come out to be $38.89. And I do also budget $40 a week for this. So similar to gas, if I subtract this from $160, I still have $121.11. So we're good with food. And then for unbudgeted, we had nothing, so I'm just gonna do that. So yes, I think that is everything for my week 1 check-in of February. I hope you guys really enjoyed, maybe learned something, maybe got inspiration. I don't know. I just hope you guys continue to enjoy my videos and give them a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. I do upload Mondays and Fridays, and sometimes I throw in an extra Saturday video if I have time. But yes, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all on Friday with my cash envelope stuffing. Bye guys.